I am going to experiment again today. I'm going to make split pea soup in my Instant Pot. I've done that before, but I'm going to do something different. Right after Christmas, I bought on sale, half price, at Costco for $50, a 14.5-pound serrano ham. I'm going to use some of that in my split pea soup rather than ham hocks. Now, I know some of you people are going to leave comments below saying that's the wrong use for serrano ham. I got 11.5 pounds of serrano ham in my freezer. I'm going to use it. So let's make split pea soup with ham. I have my Instant Pot heating up. I've set it to the saute function. I'm going to put some, this is olive oil. This is pure olive oil. I call it cooking olive oil because it has a high smoke point compared to extra virgin olive oil. It can burn at frying temperatures. I don't want smoky burnt oil in my soup. Okay, so that's a couple tablespoons of olive oil. And then I have 3 stalks of celery chopped and 2 medium carrots chopped, and then 1 medium onion chopped. And when this comes up to temperature, I'm going to saute this until those vegetables start to look tender and a little bit translucent, the onion. That's going to be about 5 to 6 minutes. As you can hear, my vegetables are merrily cooking away. They've been in there for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to add, this is 2 cloves of garlic, 3 if they're small, minced. I'm going to put that in there and cook it for about 1 minute. Then I'm going to turn the heat off and set this pot aside. Someone gave me this bag of peas. These are green split peas, Pappy's Pantry. This is a 2-pound bag. I need half of this, 1 pound or about 450 grams. I'm going to section this bag in half and then put half these peas in a colander, give them a good rinse, and then just kind of look through them and make sure there isn't anything in there that I don't want, like pebbles or something. So here are my rinsed peas. They're all stuck together now. There we go. They're rinsed, they're clean. I didn't see any stones or anything in there. A few yellow peas, but that's okay. And then I need some stock. I'm going to be using chicken stock. If you want to make a vegetarian split pea soup, you can obviously skip the ham and put just vegetable stock in there. I need about 1.5 boxes. This is 4 cups. I need 6 cups. So I'll put this in there and then add another half box. My stock is in there. Again, that was 6 cups, which is 1.4 liters. Again, I'm using chicken stock. Now, I'm going to be putting in my ham. I have 4 ounces of fairly large pieces here of ham. And you can just use any ham. You can use leftover ham from Sunday roast, right? And then I have 3 to 4 sprigs. I have 4 sprigs here of very small parsley because this is January. My garden outside, my herb garden, is alive, but it's not flourishing. But this is Southern California, so things are okay out there. 3 to 4 sprigs, fresh Italian parsley. And then I need to grind some pepper in there. Okay. And then, let's see, 2 to 3 sprigs of fresh thyme. I have 2 here. They're fairly large. My thyme is doing great outside. And then finally, a couple of bay leaves, 2 to 3, depending upon how big they are. I have 2 there. Just going to push those down into the liquid. That's everything in the pot. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to set the valve here to sealing. There's one for venting, one for sealing. And then I'm going to put pressure cook on. And it's already set for 10 minutes, which is what I need. I'm going to let this cook for 10 minutes. I let this depressurize naturally, which took about half an hour. And now I can remove the lid. A lot of steam is going to come out. My camera is far enough away, it shouldn't be affected. Sometimes I fog the camera lens with the steam. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I got my red handle tasting spoon. I want to taste this because I know it's going to need some salt. And it's quite hot. I can still see it bubbling a little bit in there. Boy, it doesn't need much as far as salt. It actually tastes pretty good. I'll put a little pinch in there. Stir that in. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to pull out the bay leaves. One there. Where's the other one? Right there. Trying to avoid touching the metal because it's hot. Okay, stir that in. And there's twigs in there somewhere from the thyme. I'll look for those and I'll get those out. But now I'm ready for the next step, and that is to make this a smooth soup. I did read that in some countries they puree half the soup and then pour it back into the pot so that it's somewhat pureed but somewhat chunky. I'm going to puree the soup completely because I like the texture. I pulled out the bay leaves and the twigs from that thyme, and now, trying not to make too much of a mess, I'm going to put the soup in my Vitamix. I don't have to let the soup cool down before I do this because you can actually cook soup in the Vitamix. The blades spin so fast that they generate enough heat that they'll cook liquid. I've cooked soup. And by the way, I've tasted the ham. It has virtually no flavor. So that cooking took the flavor out, which was nice. Set this up. Turn it on. And blend. That should be good. See, I like a smooth soup when I'm having something like this. Yes, that's a nice texture. Okay. How I like to portion these. I have these glass cups, which you can't see them very well on my counter, so I put them on my cutting board in the hopes that you can see them better. And then, using a ladle, and trying not to make too much of a mess, I'm going to portion into the cups. Now this soup will thicken over time. If it's too thick, you just water it down with some stock. If you like it thick, leave it the way it is. It'll be fine. Gonna move this one out of the way. Get this one in the way. This is how I drink my soup. I drink it from cups. That's good enough. Then I got a piece of plastic here, plastic wrap. Put this over the top. Like so. Seal it. Cut it with a pair of scissors. And then place these in the refrigerator, and I'll heat these later on in the microwave. I filled 6 mugs, and I had enough for a 7th one. And so this is going to be a late lunch because here it is, it's nearly 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I got to tell you, it's not exactly soup weather today. This is January 28th, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The outdoor temperature here in Southern California is nearly 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It's what I moved to California for. I apologize to those of you who are shoveling snow off your driveways and sidewalks. Oh, that's good. I can taste the ham in there, but I also get a nice flavor of that fresh thyme that I put in there. So excuse me, I'm going to go enjoy a late lunch.